So let's talk about Denis Suarez's failed loan to Arsenal Football Club. He's actually played less minutes than Kim Kallstrom, and everyone's going mad right now about it. A £3.2 million loan fee, gone straight down the Swanee. The guy's played 95 minutes in total since January, of which 67 of them minutes have been in substitute appearances in the Premier League, which just plain simple ain't good enough. He's actually put out on his Instagram and his Twitter the reasons as to why his loan move is over. I'm actually seriously confused as to whether, and somebody may be able to clear this up, as to whether he is actually going back to Barcelona or whether we keep him until the end of the season. Basically, Arsenal have paid him to come and have a 5-month holiday in England, in London, and go and see all the sights. Big Ben, the London Eye, the Shard, Houses of Parliament, etc, etc, etc. But I was one of the people that was over the moon when we signed him back in January. I thought he was a very good, technically gifted footballer. He could play on the wing. He had a burst of pace. He's got an eye for a free kick. He can play in the central attacking midfield role. And I was over the moon. I actually watched La Liga. I watched Spanish football. And he was doing relatively well at Barcelona. He was playing games for him. He was chipping in with goals as well, and he was doing all right. And it's no mean feat to be getting into that Barcelona team, with all the superstars, Messi, Suarez, etc, etc. So, the fact that he was getting in and he was getting games suggested that we signed a decent player on loan with a view to buy for about 20 million quid. And like I said, I was over the moon when we signed him on loan. I actually thought it was going to be a great signing. But as we sit here 4 months later, he's posted on his Instagram a statement, which I'll read out shortly, that it's all over, it's done, it's dusted, he won't play again this season, and he's gutted. And I mean, it must be quite gutting being a footballer, and you play for one of the biggest clubs in world football, an institution in Barcelona, with some of the best players in the world. One of the greatest players ever to have played football is in the starting lineup with you, and then you come to England to play under a former manager and it just don't happen. The fleeting appearances that he had, he didn't really do anything. Let's be real, he showed a little glimpse here and there, but it just looked way too physical for him. And I was under the impression, I've said this before on my social media accounts, that I actually thought that we had already bought him, and this little loan move was going to be a case of just bedding him in, just give him a few minutes here and there so he can get used to the pace, the intensity and the physicality of the league. And then next season, he's ready to go. So it will genuinely be bedding in period from January till May, but doesn't appear to be so. And like I said, if somebody knows more than me, because I genuinely don't know, I have tried to research it, I can't find anything on it. Is he actually going back to Barcelona to continue his rehabilitation with his injury, or is he actually staying at Arsenal until the official loan move is over? So leave that in the comment section down there. Also, big up everyone that subscribed recently and all the ones that have been there along the way. 10,300 subscribers. Wow. Thank you very much. Stick a massive thumbs up on this video. It always lets me know you're liking my content, and I've got plenty more content to come as well. Going into the pre-season and stuff like that. I've got great ideas coming up for next season as well. So yeah, stay tuned, stick the bell on, and let's get into the statement that he wrote. He done it quite a nice way, actually. I thought it was quite a good post the way he done it. A couple of pictures, one of him looking quite glum and sad. He put, hello, obviously this is in Spanish and then translated to English as well. Hello, I want you all to know that I will not be able to play again this season. He then goes on, some issues with my groin have made things tough since the game against Bate Borisov in the Europa League in February, and now they have forced me to stop training altogether. After various medical consultations, the conclusion has been reached that I cannot keep pushing it, and I have started a period of treatment that cannot be done alongside competitive football. I get that. Listen, don't ruin your career just to get yourself fit to play 20 minutes for Arsenal. That's what I would say. At the end of the day, football's a short career, so make the most of it, mate. I am sorry that all of the effort and sacrifice made to come to Arsenal hasn't come to fruition as hoped, and you can't even imagine how angry I am about it, but my health comes first. Absolutely spot on, young man. Your health comes before playing for the club, whether we're paying you or not. Listen, you know, at the end of the day, it ain't gone the way we want it, but I don't wish him any bad luck. And obviously he's had a lot of it, so let's wish him well. You know, he ain't done nothing wrong for Arsenal, has he? At the end of the day, the fact he wanted to leave Barcelona to come and test himself in England and test himself at Arsenal Football Club is credit to him. You know, like I said, you can joke and say he's been paid to go on holiday for 5 months, but I'm quite sure in an ideal world he didn't want to get injured for nearly all of the loan move, did he? So I want to give my thanks again to such a big club for trusting in me, although things haven't gone as well as I would have pictured them to. I am stepping aside. This is the bit where I'm confused. I am stepping aside, but I am grateful for all of the messages of care and support that you have sent me today. This will be where I take my strength from in order to return stronger than ever and even more determined. Hugs. So that's where I'm confused, because he says he's stepping aside. So does that mean he's going back home? Or is he staying and we're contractually, I can't get my words out, contractually obliged to keep him and pay him until the official end of his loan move? Because there has been instances before where a player that's been out on loan, he's got injured, it's ruined his season, then he goes back to his parent club. So I don't know whether that's the case, and I'm sure in the next coming days we'll find out. But I'll be honest, like I said, I'm quite gutted because this kid's a talent. He's a very good talent, and like I said, you do not break into that Barcelona team, albeit he wasn't starting week in, week out, but the fact that Barcelona is an institution, it's a massive football club globally, and they've got some top draw players there, and he featured in that team quite often and chipped in with goals the week before he moved to Arsenal on loan. So I'm kind of gutted for him, but let's be real, we ain't got time for sentiment, I suppose, because we need wholesale changes come this summertime, and if he's one of them, then so be it. If he goes back to Barcelona, then yeah, we've lost £3 million. We've lost a lot more money on a lot of other transfer dealings over the years, that's for sure. You know, the amount of times we've let players' contracts run down, the amount of times we've bought players for too much and can't get rid of them, so get rid of them cheap. The times that we pay over the odds for wages. So in the grand scheme of things, £3.2 million, for me, you and every average Joe out there, yeah, it's an absolute fortune, more money than we'll probably see in our lifetimes. But to a global brand, which is Arsenal Football Club, it's like dropping 50 quid down the drain or burning 50 quid. That's all it comes down to. It's not a massive amount of money to Arsenal Football Club. But on the flip side of that, he was named in our Europa League squad. Obviously, he played against Bate Borisov, as he said. That signing has stopped us putting the likes of Mavropanos in the squad. He wasn't in the squad because Denis Suarez was in the Europa League squad. Defensive cover is maybe more important than attacking cover right now. Obviously, what with the way we defend, like schoolboys. So, I don't know. I mean, also as well, you've got to look into it and say, well, why did we loan him? You know, maybe he had these injuries before. Did he even pass the medical? So who knows? Who knows what happened? Was it just a crowd pleaser just to keep the fans chilled out? Because obviously we were doing quite well when we signed him. But obviously we did need to strengthen in certain areas, especially defence. So we could have gone and got a centre-back or a defensive midfield cover or even a right or left-back cover. Maybe not so much left-back, but maybe more right-back, because we're playing Maitland-Niles out there. But you know, has that signing hampered that? I'd say, yeah, it probably has. But at the same time, if the club didn't know that he had an injury, obviously he got injured against Bate, like he said. But if you look at the games he played before that, it weren't like he was free-flowing and he was full of energy. And if he was, he would have started games rather than coming on as subs. So, I don't know, it's a bit of a weird signing. I get it. I do get why we signed him, because like I said, the kid's got so much talent. But the fact that he's played 95 minutes and we've paid him 3 million quid don't quite sit right with me. But I'm not going to have a meltdown about it. Like I said, we've got bigger fish to fry than letting Denis Suarez go back to Barcelona. So anyway, I just thought I'd put that out there for those who haven't seen that news. For those of you who have, let me know your thoughts on it. Leave it all in the comment section down there. For those of you that haven't seen it but now know about it because I've told you, also do likewise as well. Subscribe, like and share, comments down there, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. I'm not going to tell you what that is, that's a surprise for now. Until then, I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.